Hey there guys, how's it going? Back with another video. Just first of all, I wanted to wish all you guys a Merry Christmas, and yeah, I hope you guys are all doing great this holiday season. This is the time of year where basically every year that I've had this channel, it's been kind of a tradition that I put out a video on Christmas, just yeah, wishing all you guys a Merry Christmas and just talking about a few things, maybe just a quick channel update and whatnot, talk about what's going to be coming on the channel. And yeah, basically, I wanted to sort of reflect a little bit on what this year's been like with this channel. Now, as you guys can probably tell, I haven't been as active this year as I have in previous years, particularly when it comes to my boxing content. And there's a multitude of reasons for that. I mean, when it comes to videos that I like to do most often, which is obviously boxing related, I like to do a lot of like predictions, I like to do breakdowns, I like to do post fight reviews, I like to do, just my thoughts on possible matchups and whatnot. And I haven't really been doing that a whole lot this year, particularly in the latter part of the year. Like there's been so many fights which I just haven't talked about at all. Fights that I've either just watched and not really had the heart to talk about, or that I just, haven't really been that interested in, to be honest. I mean, this year, as far as boxing goes, it's been a decent year, but it hasn't been a great year. There was obviously the Josh Taylor Regis Prograis fight, which was my most anticipated fight of the year, which was amazing. Best fight of the year by far, in my opinion. And that was the only fight this year. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it was the only fight this year that I was super hyped about. There was not really a whole lot going on in other divisions. Like the heavyweight division this year was just pure crap. Most events, most big fights in boxing this year, most of the fights that have been hyped up, to no end, didn't really deliver. Like we had the Anthony Joshua rematch with Ruiz, which pretty much went how I expected it to go. I did think, I picked in my final prediction Joshua to win on points, and it was kind of a lackluster fight where I don't really think either guy particularly came to fight. And with all the money and all the hype and intrigue and build up that fight had, you would have expected it to explode a little bit more, and it didn't. And I think a lot of fights this year were like that. So boxing, yeah, this year just wasn't really that good for me, and I didn't really upload my regular boxing content that I like to upload. But hopefully next year I'll get back into it. I mean, I did kind of lose interest in boxing a little bit, and I do like to have a bit of variety on my channel, and I like to talk about other things, like I do movie reviews. I've kind of dabbled a little bit in, like political videos and stuff like that, which I will continue, but the problem is when I do that type of content, like when I talk about social issues and political issues and stuff like that, I've noticed over the past year or so that type of content tends to attract the wrong sort of attention, if you know what I mean. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to grow this channel. I do want to grow the channel, but I don't want to grow it for the sake of growing it. I don't want to grow it off the back of like negative attention, because those videos, they got me a lot of new viewers, they did, but they also got me a lot of negativity. Let's put it that way. Those I'm not going to mention the videos, but I talked about a few social issues and whatnot, and I talked about some issues that's been going on in the media here in the UK, and yeah, those videos got me a lot of negative attention, put it that way. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be varying my content still. I'm still going to be doing plenty of movie reviews, and although that I might not be seeing as many new movies as I saw this year, because that really put me in a depression. As you guys know how shit movies have been recently. But I might actually review quite a few older movies, because I've got a shit ton of DVDs and stuff, older movies and that. So I might do like like a retro movie review series, kind of like I do on my gaming channel, on my other channel, which I'll leave a link in the description section to. I've been doing a lot of retro video game reviews, because I have just hundreds and hundreds of video games, and I've been replaying games and reviewing them and whatnot. So yeah, stay tuned for some of that. I've got plenty of reviews coming. There's going to be plenty of reviews on that channel coming, and plenty of content on that. As for this channel, I'm hoping to get back into like boxing content. I'm going to be doing a lot more fight predictions this year than I was doing last year. or this year, should I say. You know, I'm going to be doing a lot more breakdowns and stuff like that, and hopefully I can review fights, hopefully I can cover fights. You never know, I might start to dabble in this live stream business. You know, that's not something I like to get into a lot. You know, I don't really I don't really understand how it works. I'm a bit of an idiot when it comes to this computer technology and stuff, but I might actually get down to doing some live streams like some other channels do. Shout out to them. Yeah, what else do I talk about? So yeah, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to all my subscriber base, you know, all my regulars, people that have supported me from the beginning, anybody who's new, anybody who watches the content, even if you don't particularly like my channel. And I know that I've clashed with people, you know, there's people on here that I respect who I've, you know, disagreed with big time, and I might have, you know, gone back and forth with some people, but you know, I respect every one of you guys, and I love every one of you guys, and I really do hope that, you know, I hope that you're all having a great Christmas. You know, God bless each and every one of you. And you know, just as for what's going to be coming next on the channel, I've got a few videos already edited and whatnot to upload to my gaming channel, which I might upload later. As for this channel, I don't know what's going to be coming out for the rest of the year. Maybe, you know, if there's any big news stories or whatever that you guys want me to talk about, you know, you could let me know in the comment section. You know, if there's any fights, you know, coming up at the start of next year that you guys want me to talk about, I'd appreciate you guys letting me know. And if you guys have got just any suggestions at all for the channel, greatly appreciated. You know, any movies you want me to review, anything like that. You know, I like getting feedback from subscribers. You know, I like it when people you know, when they, you know, suggest in the comment section and whatnot, ways that I could improve the channel or ways that I can improve my content, because, you know, I have had a lot of constructive criticism over the years, you know, for ways that I can be, you know, more positive and engage a little bit more with my viewing audience. And yeah, you know, I do my own thing on here. I really do. I don't usually, you know, I don't usually let myself be influenced by the way other channels do things, but you know, I've talked a little bit about, you know, in update videos and whatnot, about how sometimes my content can come across a little bit negative, and I don't like that. I like for my content to be positive. So like you might have noticed in recent videos, like even when I'm talking about some serious issues like social issues and whatnot, I try to be a little bit more upbeat about it, if you know what I mean. I try not to focus so much on the negative. I try to focus on the positive too, because there are a lot of positives, you know, there really are. I mean, that's the thing. We're all really lucky, you know, to have what we have in life. You know, that's what we really need to realize, especially this time of year. Like around about Christmas time, even though throughout the year I'm kind of up and down with my mood. You know, sometimes I just feel a little bit, you know, like what's the point of anything? Whereas this time of year, the holiday season, around about Christmas, it's always around Christmas time that I always feel thankful. I always feel grateful for everything that I have, and you know, for the people around me, and you know, for the you know, for what I've been given in life, because there's people out there who have nothing, and there's people out there who are not red pilled enough to understand what they have. You know, there's a lot of people out there who, and I've talked about this in a lot of my social videos and whatnot, people who are victims in their own head and just can't escape that victim mentality. And that's something that I never personally want to fall prey to. I always want to be, especially this time of year, I always want to be positive and thankful for everything I do have. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, covered. Don't really know what else to say, but thanks to all you guys. You know, shout out to some of the other content creators that I watch too. Like shout out to Precise Presenter. You know, obviously he was actually my first ever subscriber. You know, he was the guy who was the first person to subscribe to this channel. You know, shout out to Delboy. Shout out to Thunderdome. Shout out to everybody, man. I mean, there's too many. I'm not gonna read off a list because there's just too many to go over. But there's so many other content creators out there that I'd love to point you guys towards. You know, shout out to Minimax and whatnot. Shout out to Red Glove Militant. There's just too many to cover. I know some people like to sit and read off a list, but there's too many, you know. So let me know in the comment section what you guys thought, and yeah, any suggestions for the future of the channel would be greatly appreciated. So yeah, God bless each and every one of you. Have a Merry Christmas, and yeah, thanks for watching. God bless, and stay tuned for, you know, some videos in 2020. God bless.